7:37, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Good morning to you, friends. Dan Mandis here, along with KGB, Jeff Malinoff, Joan Jones as well. So Trump spent some good time in California, and everybody wanted to know how the meeting was going to go between Gavin Newsom, or as Donald Trump likes to say, Gavin Newscom, and it actually went very well. To be honest with you, I'm a little shocked at how well it went, but I think both of these gentlemen know that California needs help in the worst way. So I'm going to play you some audio. This is Donald Trump and Gavin Newsom. Trump comes, strolling off of Air Force One. They do the tarmac handshake. And of course, they're trying to, out handshake each other. And it was like Newsom, I don't know. Did it look to you like you saw this, KGB? Does it look like Newsom won't let go?
It seemed like they both didn't time it right of when to let go. They were talking, they were patting each other in the back, and they were getting they were a little too close for my liking.
I got to tell you, anybody ever shakes my hand like that, I'm going to immediately pull it away.
It wasn't even the handshake. They were just they were nose to
nose.
Close
talking.
It was a little, again, there was an airplane. I kind of get it, but to me, It was a little too close.
So then Newsom starts talking about how appreciative he is that Donald Trump has come to California, and this is what it sounded like. You want to play that, KGB? Timing is everything on this show.
Most importantly, thank you for being here. It means a great deal to all of us, and not just the folks in Palisades, the folks in Altadena that were devastated. We're going to need your support. We're going to need your help. You were there for us during COVID. I don't forget that. And I have all the expectations that we'll be able to work together to get this speedy recovery.
We will. We're going to get it done. Tremendous numbers of lives have been affected. A lot of real estate's been affected. Nobody's ever probably seen anything like this. You can almost say since the Second World War, when you think of it. I mean, nothing like this has happened. And we're going to get it fixed, so we'll get it permanently fixed, so it can't happen again. And again, we'll be talking a little bit later, and we'll get it worked out, okay?
I appreciate it, Mr. President.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
So you know what's interesting? You know what I think happens sometimes is I think there's a little bit of keyboard warrior in Donald Trump. You know, keyboard warriors, where they'll blast you on social media, whatever it is. But then, when you meet in person, then things are, taken down a step. The tone is taken down a step, and everybody tries to be on their best behavior. And I think that's part of what it is, because Newsom has been blasting Donald Trump at every turn, and everybody knows that Trump has been blasting Gavin Newsom. I think that once they meet and Newsom is like, I really need Donald Trump's help. Because here's the thing about California, and we talked a little bit about this earlier, last week. The horrifying thing and the horrifying reality of California and all of these fires is that California, in this particular area, it's never going to be the same, because there are so many, we talked about this weeks ago, actually, there are so many regulations in California that there are people that will never be able to rebuild again because of the regulations, because they were underinsured or had no insurance. And you've got really the progressive apparatus in California that doesn't want you to be able to rebuild. And then when you start talking about the number of available work crews, you've got tens of thousands of homes that are lost. They've also got to rebuild the infrastructure. They've got to rebuild the schools and the stores and all the other stuff that a community needs to survive and thrive. What's the chances, the possibility that you're going to get a crew at your house? Josh Altman, who is, he was on one of those real estate shows way back when. I don't know what he's doing now, but he was being interviewed on Fox News, and he was talking about that. He was talking about the very strong possibility that many of those people impacted will never, ever be able to rebuild. And I'm just thinking about some of these people that don't have any insurance. And so you've had you've had your home for like 25, 30 years. And maybe you just paid it off. And now it's destroyed. And your insurance was just canceled a couple of months ago because California is so difficult to deal with from not only an emergency standpoint with water, with fires and the floods and the mudslides and all earthquakes, all of that stuff, and the regulations. So now they're probably going to move someplace, maybe to Tennessee. I don't know. Then you had Trump and Karen Bass. You know who Karen Bass is, right? She is the much maligned, and for good reasons. She is the mayor of Los Angeles. And, you know, Trump, one of the things that Trump did is he said, you know what, we'll get you federal money, but you've got to have voter ID. Now, I don't know if, because I'm telling you, I saw a couple of stories on that. I don't know if there was an exaggeration on that, but if Trump did that, I'm going to tell you that that's wrong. That is a political decision that the politicians there in Los Angeles have decided. I don't think that you hold the people of California hostage by trying to force the state to have voter ID. Now, would I like it if they did? Absolutely. But again, I don't know if Trump is actually really pursuing that. That might be one of those, hey, let's give him the opportunity to have 3 terms. And then he's like, no, I'm only going to run 2 terms. But he was on with Karen Bass, Donald Trump was, and the press conference didn't go well.
You have emergency powers just like I do, and I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because you have a very powerful emergency power, and
yes,
you can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
So first she says 24 hours. Then you got reporters that are yelling at her, saying people can't get back to their homes. And then she says, well, maybe it's going to be a week. Tiana, Donald Trump and Karen Bass at this press conference in California. And he's trying to tell her, you have the emergency powers, so cut the regulations.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is for people to be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and they say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit. And the permit's going to take them, everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine that? Sitting there, waiting 18 months to just go in and sort of rifle through all of your now burned belongings? I mean, that is awful. But you see what I was talking about with all of those regulations. This is what's happening in California, in Southern California. This is emblematic of the problems that California has.
You said 18 months.
That was last night.
And that was last night. On that.
We can't even see our homes right now. We are blocked from entering our streets. Right. We can't even, this is our first time we saw our house was yesterday.
Wow. I mean, you hear what's going on. So you've got all of these people that are in this press conference that are saying that Karen Bass, the mayor of L.A., is full of crap.
Mr. President, we're going to be together next week, and during the interim, many of us are involved in, and Tom McClintock, who you know has been an expert on this for years,
that's right.
We are going to be putting conditions on the money that do 2 things. Require that it be done timely and affordable, and then secondly, that we protect those who will come afterwards. As we speak, there are 6,000 acres burning in my district on the Mexican border. There will be more fires until we include in any disaster relief items which will prevent it or at least mitigate it from happening again. So you're going to see us proposing both of those.
Like water.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. And that's what Trump has been saying all along, is that if we're going to give you all of this money, then you need to make sure and ensure that that water can get from Northern California and Central California down to Southern California, because otherwise, what's the point in all of this? What's the point in doing it? Because it's all just going to burn again.
Little things like water. You know, the party of common sense. See, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out fires. It's really quite efficient. All right.
Thank you.
I want to play that one more
And
time.
he said, yes, sir.
He did. That, by the way, that's a local congressman, I think.
Yes, sir. May I have another?
Yeah.
Little things like water. You know, the party of common sense. See, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out.
I mean, you're right. He literally said, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Brad, we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe that he did that.
That's great.
Awesome.
He just said, yes, sir.
He took it.
He sure
Brad,
did.
we're the party of common sense. You're not, in all fairness.
Yes, sir.
We like water to put out fires. It's really quite efficient. All right.
Thank you.
Oh, that's the
Love
best.
it.
That might be the highlight of the week of Trump's presidency, is right there.
Oh, I don't know.
Trashing a Democrat and them just saying, yes,
Yes, sir. May I have another? You said it. That's very funny. Super text line is open, 615-737-9986, 615-737-WWTN. So if you want to see our new studio, I'm not acclimating well. I'm trying. I got computers where they're never been before. Microphone has always been right here in front of me, but I'm having a hard time acclimating. So if you want to check it out, though, I'm from what I understand, people are liking what they're seeing with the new studio setup on WTN TV. If you want to check it out on YouTube, you can just go to YouTube, type in Super Talk 99.7. You can see me feeling very out of his element today. I'll probably be better tomorrow. They do need, by all accounts, Joan and KGB, they need to work on the lighting.
They need to work on the lighting, and I think that the camera needs a little tweaking as well.
What's wrong with the camera other than I'm on it?
It's not sharp. It's not a sharp picture.
It's a little blur. Now, we're not criticizing anybody. This is what folks are saying.
Yeah.
Is that it's a little blurry.
It is.
Again, this is a work in progress.
It is absolutely a work in progress.
It's good, and they're going to make it better, for sure. It's just little tweaks here and there.
Yeah. I mean, from a talk show host standpoint, once I get used to it, I'm going to, have a lot of fun. I'm trying to get used to everything now. The good thing, Joan, is that the delay button is right in front of me.
Oh, that is good. So now when you curse.
So now when
like
I curse.
Sailor.
Yep. By the way, go to YouTube. Watch us. Check out the new big TV in the background and everything. Also, take the Daily Dan poll. And today's Daily Dan poll is, are you satisfied with Donald Trump's first week in office? I know, not exactly creative. Whatever. Go ahead and criticize. However, what are people saying?
It's 97% yes. And
97%.
And if you vote, remember to like the video as well. That helps us out.
Yes, like the video as well. Thank you. Call them today, 615-436-2020, 615-436-2020, visionforlife.com.